Welcome back to our first 2023 edition of The Setup. It's been a minute.
It has. It's been actually a hot minute.
Back with my boys, ESM Bros.
It's felt like an eternity.
Episode number 3 of the ESM Bros. So I guess I should say part 3 because this is episode 4.
Part 3. Let's go.
We did one with the interns, but it wasn't as good.
Wow.
We love you, interns. Even though you're an intern, we do
one
love
of them's
you.
not even an intern for ESM anymore.
Oh.
So
We shouldn't delve into that too much, though, should we?
probably not. So Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Do you guys even believe in New Year's resolutions?
Sure, why not?
I believe that they happen for about 2 weeks, and then they're over.
You know, my favorite part about the New Year is when I go to the gym and there's like twice as many people there.
Yeah.
Because you have all the January and February people that are going to quit soon.
With brand new Fitbits.
Yes. That is so true.
So do either of you have New Year's resolutions?
I don't. That's what I was going to say. I don't really have resolutions this year. I just have some things I want to work on. But I'm not calling them resolutions because I don't want to be that person that's like, yeah, I do this for 2 weeks. So do I share that or no? Am I crossed out?
Sure.
Am I canceled? So the things I want to work on this year, I want to read the Bible more. I want to exercise more, and I want it to be the best year ever for our student ministry in the history of Eastside Youth.
Let's go. I have one. I've been trying to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book.
Oh, really?
Every day. So outside of it, like no fiction books, outside of like my regular Bible reading, I've been trying to read 10 pages of some other book every day.
That's solid, dude.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at reading.
I am terrible at reading. Probably the biggest. What's the biggest book each of you read? I would say
the Bible.
Yeah, the Bible, but not including the Bible. Like, what is... I'm not even kidding when I say I think the biggest book I've ever read is Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Well, I was homeschooled, so I didn't read that. It was,
half of that is comics.
I think it was Evil in Our House, you know.
Those books are amazing. The movies are amazing.
Oh, wait, have you ever seen the Bone books? I did. I read all of those. Those are also a comic, though.
Bone?
I've never heard
Okay,
of it.
you got to check that out.
Sounds like a Jeff thing.
No, it's like this lore. It's really, really cool. It actually has a lot of... I don't know if y'all have ever noticed, but like everyone rips off the Bible. Like Star Wars, all of them rips off the Bible.
I mean, it's pretty cool. So when you say it's lore, is it of the folk kind?
Yeah, where it's like there's this thing called the Queen of the Locusts, and
dun dun dun. Just kidding.
You just have to read them. There's these bone creatures that find a farm, and they're really funny. You just have to read them. I promise you, they're actually really good.
10 pages a day.
Sounds like Dungeons and Dragons.
Keep the doctor away.
Yeah. So what's the biggest book you've ever read?
The biggest book I've ever read is probably Where the Red Fern Grows, I want to say, in school.
You see, I read books in school, but I only read like the Cliff Notes. Like
I did read a lot of Cliff Notes.
Did enough just to get a test like of Mice and Men. What's the one with
To Kill a Mockingbird?
Yeah.
I did read that one too.
Did not read it.
Flowers of Algernon.
Did not read.
Yeah, I got to make a youth pastor confession. My ratio of Spark Notes to actually reading books is probably 80-20.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the biggest book I've ever read, I mean, it was definitely one of my books in college, one of my textbooks, but there weren't many of those that I actually read every page. So it's hard to say. It's very difficult to say which book.
We're not setting good examples.
We're not.
If we're talking like
reading is good. You know, Dave Ramsey says
audio is
millionaires read.
It's true.
Hey, my man Dave Ramsey, dude. Baby steps. Let's go.
So we're actually here today for a certain reason. It's all about this word that's been floating around in ESM lately. the word motion. And before we actually get into what we're kind of talking about, let's play a quick game between the two of you.
I like games.
All right.
So this game is called Motion. How it works is I'm going to say a category, and each of you will say the first thing that comes to your mind when you're associating that with the word motion.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
So Luke, you'll go first.
All right. Is it rapid fire?
Yes, like the very first thing that comes to your head.
Okay.
Animal.
Bear.
Bear. Okay, now
Does it have to do with motion?
yeah.
So it has to do something with like motion.
Okay.
So like everything
I
we're
sold.
Okay, so like if you said animal, I would have said cheetah because
Yeah.
they run really fast, right?
Dang it.
I
So
would have
think
said
about
cheetah
motion.
too.
Okay,
Dang it.
I got it now. I just
All right.
wanted to make sure, but because we said
Yeah.
bear, I was really
Are there
confused.
redos?
Yeah, so that was a test run.
Sweet.
We only have three rounds.
Okay. Fair enough.
But I realized that I explained the game poorly. So Silas, you and Luke are going to test how well like you guys can think.
Okay.
Like, on the same page.
I'm not very good at thinking. but
Telepathic
we'll
here?
try.
Yeah, and like so I'll say a category and you both have to try to say the same thing.
All right.
Is that
Oh, like we both go.
Yeah,
along.
Say it.
yeah.
So can you
Oh,
say it
okay.
and then like can you say 1, 2, 3 and we'll say the word?
yeah.
Does that
yeah.
work?
Yeah, that's fine. There's
right.
only 3 categories though.
Okay.
Okay.
Color. 1, 2, 3.
Blue.
White. No, I was gonna say blue.
I was thinking the motion.
Okay.
Oh
They
no!
don't even know about that
I
guy.
said white because light and it's
Oh.
fast.
Yeah.
So I was actually
That's-
thinking
I
about
was thinking the
in
giant
motion.
M, but they'll find out about
All
that
right.
soon.
Let's go again. Let's go again.
Dynam.
Food. 1, 2, 3.
Shrimp.
Spaghetti.
Wait,
Wait, does this have to do with motion?
Yeah. No,
Why am I
food
saying
moves.
these things? I don't understand the game.
What food is moving?
No, it's just whatever comes to mind.
Oh,
man.
so it has nothing to do with the word motion.
It could if you guys are trying to
I
give them a
believe
sneak peek.
I
but-
believe the way the game was first explained, it was called motion because it had to have something to do with. But
Don't
I
ask me about how spaghetti is motion. I have no clue.
spaghetti with meatballs.
If you roll the meatball down the hill, or if it's
But
that can of
shrimp-
Chef Boyardee on the
but
commercial.
shrimp-
Roll
That's
the
all
meatballs
swims.
down the hill. This is really
Huh?
A shrimp swims.
That's true.
exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
The only reason I said
I
shrimp is
suck,
because
guys.
it's my
I'm sorry.
favorite food.
Wait, your favorite food is shrimp?
Yes.
Are you 2 years old?
No. Shrimp is a very expensive, sophisticated
No, it is
seafood
not.
option.
You can get fried.
Popcorn shrimp.
You can get fried shrimp for like $6.
Well, yeah, you can have terrible shrimp, but you can also have shrimp that's absolutely killer. You
True.
just got to have it in the right places.
So
Red Lobster, all you can
you
eat
rather
Tuesday
have
night,
you rather have
$16.99
shrimp.
Tuesday nights.
You rather have shrimp than like steak.
Yes.
All right, we're just gonna move
I stand
on.
by
Next
that.
round.
I stand by that.
Next round.
Maybe if we both think motion, we'll
Shrimp.
pick the same thing, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
okay.
Last
All
round.
right, last round, please.
Okay. East Side Staff. 1, 2, 3.
Me.
Blue.
Yes! Let's go!
You get.
Woo!
All right.
That's actually probably not even true.
Because you ran around the church, remember?
Oh yeah,
For your punishment.
I asked for it. So, wait, did you answer me because of me running around the church, or because you think I'm the fastest on staff?
You probably are the fastest. I'd have to
If
guess.
it's probably who's faster?
I would.
It's
No.
Chad's.
I was
Yeah.
a sprinter. I'm not like.
Ooh.
I'm not a long distance.
Actually, if you're a sprinter, you're definitely faster than me.
Oh, really?
I'm like a wannabe sprinter.
Um,
I'm like that guy that's like between the 400 and the 100.
yeah. Well, I
I'm
played
like
baseball,
650.
so you just run it out. It's
So what you're
faster
saying is
after
we need to
90.
have a race
Yeah.
eventually.
You know, actually, funny story. In high school, my senior year in my speech class, there was a football player that I was friends with, and he tried to tell me that he was faster than me, and I was like, dude, you play offensive line. There's no way you're faster than me. And so we had this massive hallway. It's probably from where we're standing on the stage to maybe like the info center.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we basically, we had 3 classes show up to our race at one of the last days of schools. So there was 75 people watching us race, and I actually beat them. Fun fact.
Let's go.
That's bigger than my graduating class at homeschool.
Well, I can sort of hate on homeschoolers because
Sort of.
I went to high school and I went to some middle school and some of elementary, but I also was homeschooled. So
I was homeschooled as well
The homeschool way.
until the 7th grade.
Unfortunately,
Yep.
for all these East Side people watching, if they're not homeschooled, you're being led by homeschoolers. Essentially.
Part of me thinks though that Jordan Puckett is surprisingly fast.
I didn't think about Jordan. He looks like he could be
I
fast.
played
but I don't know.
basketball with him. He's got bad ankles.
Oh, really?
He looks like he would be fast. He could be though.
Who would be the fastest?
Old person.
Yeah, on staff
What defines old?
over 40.
Oh,
Oh, wait, is Aquila over 40?
Yeah,
Yes!
Aquila looks like he runs like a girl.
I would say Aquila would win the race out of everyone above
Really? I think
40.
if you gave John just like
nah.
a
It's
health
Aquila.
immune,
There's no way.
like he's
Aquila.
not going to be able to pull a hammy.
It's Aquila. Even though Aquila claims that if there was a East Side Staff Royal Rumble, he would win. No chance.
Dude, Meta
Yeah.
would thump him.
I'd put $10,000 not on Aquila.
I would like to see, though, John Talbot drink an energy drink and get all crazy and see how fast he can run.
I'm all
After
jacked
that.
up on
On
Mountain
Mountain Dew, yeah,
Yeah.
that's something I'd pay to see.
Just give him a Mountain Dew. That's enough.
That's fair.
Then he might have a shot.
That's fair. Well, the reason we're actually doing this at this time
8
is
minutes in, right?
for 2 reasons. One is because like a week ago, Luke roasted me and was like, "Yeah, remember when you said we were going to do these podcasts and then we stopped doing them?" He roasted me, so we're doing them. 2023, it's a new year, okay?
New
The
year.
goal for the year: 20 podcasts in
New year, new
2023.
me.
Oh, I'm glad you said a goal before I open my mouth. I'm going to hold back.
Well, what are you
I
gonna
thought you were
say?
going to say the goal is we're going to have a podcast every week.
Oh no! That's that would be cool, but
We'd have it for about 2 weeks. Not even 2 weeks. Let's say maybe.
It would
we're gone so
By the
much.
end of next
Oh,
year.
that's true. We're
You know.
really busy.
Okay.
We love you guys, though. 20 podcasts. All right, 20.
It's doable.
I'm your boss, so I can make sure that happens.
Yeah, my one-on-one looks like there's only been 6 podcasts and it's November. If you're not meeting expectations. But anyways, I got these 2 fellas with me to talk about our ESM motion night.
Let's go.
But first, I wanted to take a memory lane trip. I said that weird. A trip down
memory lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
And talk to them about Alabama, about the great state of Alabama,
Roll Tide.
where it all started.
Roll
Alabama
Tide.
sucks. No,
At Tate.
ESM Motion Night origin story. Go.
Yeah, so I'll start out and then I'll let you take over, Cy. Basically, a couple years ago, actually, I found out about this thing called Motion Night that a church in Alabama called Church of the Highlands was doing. And so I kind of had it on my radar a couple years back, a year ago, still of like, man, it'd be cool to see what they're doing because they're like a resource for other churches to be able to bring Motion Nights to your city, to your church. And so I've kind of known about it for a while, but man, until we got to go down to Alabama in September, I was just like, what, like, is this thing actually like legitimate? Like, what does this look like when we're there? And so we got to go down to Alabama, and it was awesome. Yeah, Silas.
Shout out to Jamie.
Yeah,
It was
shout out to
sick.
our boy Jamie.
Actually, I had heard of Motion before at my last church. There was a church in our area that did Motion Nights. I just didn't realize it was like something that people all over the country did and where it originated from. So I remember when we came up with the 4, we were praying over it
Yeah.
and looking at the word lost. I was thinking of Motion Night, just kind of popped straight in my head because I remember that church did this night to reach lost friends called Motion Night. And they would do it, I think 6 times a year, every other month. And I thought it was super cool because it was something on a regular basis that would happen where students could reach their lost friends. And I remember I brought it up and Luke's eyes, like your eyes, like lit up. You're like, yeah, Motion, that would be really cool. And next thing you know, he tells the next gen team, we're going to Birmingham, Alabama. We're seeing this thing firsthand from the source. And man, it was just epic. It was
We were
really
all
cool.
like, oh, Wow.
Wow. No, but seriously, that's an inside joke.
That's a story.
You'll have to ask us personally about that. That was an inside joke. But, man, it was so incredible down there.
Maybe don't ask us personally about that, actually.
Just let it go. So, like...
Trip was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, we gotta see Motion Night take place at...
Got to see Buc-ee's.
We gotta go to Buc-ee's
Let's go.
twice. Silas bought an awesome Buc-ee's shirt that I have since also purchased myself.
That's
There's
right.
also a really
Can
good
we
story.
tell the Buc-ee's story?
We can.
Buc-ee's
We
shirt
could.
story.
Should we?
If you want to.
Hey, if we should, do it.
I mean, what? We got 40 views on our last episode.
40. Sure.
So, I mean...
Well, should I
Is
tell it
anyone
since
even
it happened to
watching? I'm just sort of...
I hope so. If not, it's going on your review.
me? Do I do it? So, like...
Yeah, let's hear it from Silas'
Yeah, let's
point
hear it
of
from
view.
the man.
Dakota's
himself.
calling me right now.
What
Should
up,
we answer
Dakota?
Should we
Live
answer it
on-
live on the podcast?
Yeah, you're put on speakerphone.
Oh,
He
I
hung
missed the
up.
call. Whoops.
Dakota
Hung up.
Bryant.
All right.
Almost had
So-
a spontaneous visit.
So the Bucky story, right? I buy this Bucky shirt, and on the back it shows the Bucky the Beaver. He's like, oh, he's like holding up snacks.
Wait, what?
And,
hang on. What was that sound effect?
When you imagine Bucky, what sound
He's not
does he
a Disney
make?
character.
I just imagine him going, oh. You know, he's sticking his neck out.
The
He's got
first
the
sound
big
you
beaver
made was
teeth.
the first sound
Oh.
you made was.
I don't know.
Yeah, it sounded like Mickey Mouse.
Anyways, I bought this Bucky shirt. It just said, "I'm just here for the snacks," and Bucky's is holding up his bag of snacks.
That's a great
It
shirt.
was this cool tie-dye
It's an
color.
okay shirt.
I liked it. I thought it was fire. And I buy this thing and I wear it to
better than
Motion
shirt.
Night. And this dude named Layton, he is the in charge of all the student ministry at this
Yeah.
church. Of how many people go to Church of the Highlands?
Probably 40, 50,000.
Okay, so you got
Yeah.
Tons of camps, 22 campuses.
There's- yeah.
So thousands upon thousands. This dude is in charge of the youth ministry at the entire huge mega church. And he
Yeah.
looks at my Bucky shirt. He's like, "Bucky's cool shirt."
Okay.
And I was just like,
Wait, okay. Wait, you have to.
And I was
you have
like,
to.
context.
Bro, I'm wearing a Bucky shirt. I was just like, this shirt I thought was so awesome. I'm like, dang, I look like an idiot
let me
right now.
retell the story of that part of the story the right way. Because
That was my
Mi-
perspective.
Mr. Layton didn't say, Bucky's, nice shirt. He said, oh, Bucky's, huh? You like Bucky's? That's a cool shirt, man. Basically
Look at
said
this guy.
that. And these guys,
Silas for the rest of the night was just so distraught.
he was very distraught
I'm like,
that,
dude, I was like, I look like an idiot.
that
in a
Layton
Bucky
hated
shirt.
Okay,
his
I was
Bucky
wearing
shirt.
Bergs and shorts. So.
Yeah, we
That's
were
true.
we
We
were
just-
looking a little sus up in their pre-meeting because
We were a little underdressed.
we were
I
just
thought
a
Layton
tad
was going to vote
underdressed.
me out the airlock like an Among
If you've
Us.
seen Elevation, you know.
My shirt was so
You know what the vibe was
That's
going
so
on.
2020, bro.
No. Sorry, guys. I'm behind the times.
Dude,
Say-
Silas was like actually sad. I mean, you
I don't think I was like sad, but I was like, damn, this dude just roasted me.
you brought it up
for my
maybe
Bucky
10
shirt.
times.
And then Layton goes, oh, wow.
He did not.
That's what I felt like on the
I
inside.
wish.
But hey, I still wear that
I
Bucky
was more
shirt
in the
because I
middle.
still think it's cool.
I was more
like
in the
it.
middle where
I like it.
I could have seen where he might have been like Bucky's. Huh?
So
Exactly. Exactly. I'm not the only one.
the way that Silas felt, and maybe all of us felt a little bit in that moment, was that because the culture and the trends are so much different down there, that they thought the people of Highlands that were in that meeting, and Layton specifically, that he probably thought, oh, these good old Midwestern folks coming down here and
Yeah.
going to Buc-ee's is the best thing that happened to this year or something. I
That's
don't know
true.
that he felt that way.
It's kinda like
but probably
how-
it felt to Silas.
Yeah, because we all go crazy. When we go down to Gatlinburg like this weekend at TCTC, we all went nuts over Bucky's. Like
Right.
everybody had a Bucky shirt or a hat.
Buc-ee's for life.
So I guess down there
one
they're
student
used to
spent
Bucky's.
$85.
Yeah,
Is that Space Pancakes?
I'm not sure.
he spent $65,
Okay.
Oh, really?
but somebody else spent 80 something.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was 65. I don't know.
If
That's
I was
what Amber
only
told
buying the
me.
brisket tacos, that would be that.
You
Dude,
could buy literally
those are
6
legit.
brisket tacos and it would be like $80.
Yeah, dude. But worth
those
it.
those tacos are so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I guess we should go back to motion night probably.
Yeah, so Motion Night, I mean, we got to see everything take place. We got to see hundreds of students come to Motion Night. We got to see some video feed
Yeah.
of the other campuses, which is cool too. But really, my favorite thing, if we're just reflecting on like the trip and us getting ready to launch Motion Night here on January 22nd, is that like so many students were just there with their friends, and I couldn't tell or didn't see a number of like how many regular students were there and how many friends were there, but you could just sense that like a lot of people were there for like the first time. And, like,
Absolutely,
students
yeah.
were just so pumped to be in a space together, to hang out, to have snacks, play games, and then come into a huge session-like feel of worship that was like just powerful. That was my favorite part of the trip.
Absolutely. Just seeing all those hundreds and hundreds of students worshiping, and you could tell, like you said, there was a lot of students who, like, that was their very first time, and they just go and they hear the gospel about how Jesus died on the cross for them, and there was just so many students making decisions to follow Jesus for the very first time. Like, it was contagious. The joy was contagious, and all I could think of in that moment when that happened, I was like, man, how could we pull this off? How could we see that happen here? Like, what would it look like to see you guys bring your lost friends and some students get baptized and follow Jesus for the very first time?
And it's kind of surreal, like, you know, we're how many days out? We're 10 days out?
10 or so.
10
Yeah.
from right
10
now.
from right now from when we're shooting this, and like we're on the stage that we hope is an entire, you know, gym full of chairs.
Yeah, we hope we
So-
fill every single seat. Like, we're just giving it to God.
because
That's what we do.
of them, because of you all watching this, like answering that call and that challenge of like, go reach your friends, bring a friend, bring friends, as many as you can to Motion Night so that they can experience Jesus in the way that you have here. So I'm pumped. What was your favorite part of the trip, Chaz?
Yeah, for me, I think it was just exciting to like take in the fact that we get to go now put our spin on this. Like,
Yeah.
we all thought that this was like a great idea what they did, and it was, but now we get to make it our own type of deal where we get to, you know, meet with our team and Elizabeth and figure out what is going to fit ESM, because you know it's our own thing. You know, it is from, you know, it's from Motion in Alabama, but I mean the Church of the Highlands, but it's ESM's version of it.
That's
so
That's right.
And our prayer that we've been praying through and in our planning, like our desire is that everything that takes place here when you're here with your friends for Motion Night is exactly what God wants to happen. So if there's 300 students in the room, we're going to praise God and we're going to go crazy. If there's 200, we're going to do the same. If there's 100, we're going to do the same thing. But we believe God's going to do big things on Motion Night, and so that's why we want you guys to be excited. We want you all to get ready for it.
And it's going to be a big part of ESM. You know,
That's right. Moving forward.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because let's be honest, guys,
Part
like
of our four.
like all of you have lost friends. Like in our 4 lost students matter to us. We all have lost friends that matter to us. But let's be honest, it's not that easy to just go up with like a Bible and start like preaching the gospel to them. Not many people are going to respond super well just straight up going up to them directly like that. But maybe you guys could get a friend to come to an event like this. It's just going to be high energy. It's going to be super exciting. I mean, I can't wait to share some of the surprises that are going to be in the lobby and in the gym that you guys aren't going to want to miss out on. And to get them to come to something like that, to realize like wow, like Jesus is different than like I thought he was. And church is different than I thought it was. Like that could be super cool.
yeah, you know, that's a great way of putting it. And we got to wrap this up, or this is gonna be like a 30-minute episode, but
New year, new episode.
That's right.
New year, new episode.
First
like,
to 20.
First of 20. I think the best way that, you know, I heard it said was, you know, we were at table groups after the first week that we did we started the sermon series to promote Motion.
Yeah.
And, you know, Grayson Owens, shout out to Grayson.
Our
He,
boy.
I love him to death, but he asks so many questions all the time. And the thing that is always funny about the questions is if he just asked himself the question first, he would know the answer. But anyways, he asked, you know, Chaz, like, in your opinion, what do you think is the biggest difference between what we're doing, and he used Axia as an example. I was really honest with him. I was like, well, Grayson, I think the biggest difference is Axio was for you. It was for your friends too, but it was for the people in our youth group.
Yeah.
And the biggest difference with Motion is it's not really about our students that are already here. That's not the heart about it at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we want them to come, we want them to worship, and we want them to have a great time, but it's not about them. It's about their friends, and we hope that this is an event that is all about, people that haven't been here before. So, it's exciting. We hope that
Let's go.
we hope that you guys come to Motion Night. We'll be having tons of stuff on our social medias, on Instagram and YouTube, promoting it and giving you sneak previews of what we're going to have in store for you, and we're just excited. But thanks again, guys, for joining me. It's gonna 10 days. 10 days from when we're filming this. It's gonna be fun. So
that's right.
Go ahead and like and share this.
Subscribe. Let's go.
Be a cool way to show your friends and just an invite of what Motion is and what we're gonna do with it. So,
and one last time, Motion Night, January 22nd, starts at 6 p.m. That's the pre-party. The service starts at 6:30, but you need to be here at 6 with your friends. The event ends at 8:30 after we have a post-party celebration.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited for that post-party.
Yeah,
It's gonna be crazy.
and bring your friends out. We do have a special giveaway we're going to do at Motion Night, too. We're going to keep that a sneak peek. You'll hear about that when your friends get invited. So we can't wait to see you guys for Motion Night.
See you there.
Love y'all. Thank you.